News is breaking news. A Philadelphia police officer has been rushed to the hospital after being found unresponsive in her patrol car. She was discovered about 2 hours ago in South Philadelphia.
Breaking right now at 11, a Philadelphia police officer rushed to the hospital after reportedly suffering a medical emergency in her patrol car.
Well, police in Philadelphia are mourning the loss of one of their own tonight. Last night, an officer died after being found unresponsive inside her patrol car. Sources tell Action News the officer suffered a medical emergency.
Action News reporter Sharifa Jackson is live at Thomas Jefferson University Hospital, where the officer was taken, with the breaking details tonight. Sharifa.
Yeah, and Rick, I can tell you it's been an emotional time outside of the emergency room as family and officers have made their way here. You can see right now the officers that are lining up and again making their way here to Walnut Street. Now, we're waiting to hear from the commissioner. She arrived about 15-20 minutes ago, but here's what we know right now. Again, we know that police officer was brought here to Jefferson Hospital around 9 p.m. after being found unresponsive in her patrol car. A police source tells Action News she was suffering from some kind of medical emergency, and we're told she was parked in her car in the shopping center parking lot located in the 1800 block of South Columbus Boulevard. Again, she was rushed to the hospital, and we are waiting to hear an update. You can see, again, the growing police presence outside of the hospital ER. And again, this is breaking news situation. We're continuing to follow it. We're waiting to learn more of what happened.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Dawn Timoney. The Philadelphia Police Commissioner just arriving at Thomas Jefferson University Hospital moments ago. Our Jennifer Joyce is there live. Jen, what can you tell us at this point?
Hey, Dawn. We are actually being joined by the police commissioner right now. She's going to give us an update. Please stand by.
Good evening. I'll share with you the very little that we know. At this time, shortly before 9 o'clock p.m., some witnesses saw that an officer that was assigned to an overtime assignment in the 1800 block of Christopher Columbus Boulevard, it's the TJ Maxx Home Goods parking lot area, saw that the police officer was unresponsive. 911 was called. We responded to the scene, attempted CPR. The officer was transported here to Jefferson Hospital, where unfortunately she was pronounced. At this time, we don't have any additional information as to what happened or why, but I can tell you that this officer has been on the department for quite some time and has been a part of the PPD family for at least 24 years, and she's married to also a very dedicated police officer here in the police department. That's all we know at this point, and hopefully we get to the bottom of what happened. But as you can see behind me, there are a lot of officers here that are not only here in support, but they're here grieving and they're mourning because she was just that special to that many people.
Did you ever have the chance to meet her?
You know, I've come across a lot of officers in passing. Definitely came across her husband in passing. Had the opportunity to connect with some family in the hospital and to briefly speak with her husband while there. But I've heard, again, nothing but amazing things about her dedication and her commitment to the police department over the years. And it's just tragic how this is all unfolded, not just for us here, but for her family as well.
Are you able to share which district she was working with?
She was assigned, I believe, to the 3rd District as a school officer. And again, that's all I can share with you at this point. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, Dawn, so as you just heard from Commissioner Outlaw, what we know is that this was a female police officer who has been on the force for quite some time. I believe she said 24 years. She is married to another Philadelphia police officer and suffered a medical emergency while working in South Philadelphia off of Columbus Boulevard. She was working an overtime shift.
Well, police in Philadelphia are mourning the loss of one of their own tonight. Last night, an officer died after being found unresponsive inside her patrol car. Sources tell Action News the officer suffered a medical emergency. Action News reporter Becca Henriksen has more.
Those who knew and loved Officer Lanice Hill are still in shock. She spent her entire career in South Philadelphia, mostly in the 3rd District. The entire department is in mourning. Officer Lanice Hill was a wife, a mom of 3, and a 24-year veteran of the Philadelphia Police Department. Her husband called her a superstar, his chef, his shopper, and his designer. She passed away Friday night after being found unresponsive in her patrol car on the 1800 block of South Columbus Boulevard.
They're here grieving and they're mourning because she was just that special to that many people.
Police say she suffered a medical emergency while on duty and was rushed to Thomas Jefferson Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. A procession brought her body to the medical examiner's office Friday night. So many of those officers grieving for their friend who faithfully served the community for decades. Action News was there in 2021 when Officer Hill helped a nonprofit deliver groceries to families battling cancer. She told us at the time giving back brought her joy, values she shared with her family. Her husband is Officer Dennis Smith, the community relations officer in the 14th Police District. Action News was there in 2020 when he delivered toys and food to families on Christmas morning. Officer Smith tells me his wife does all the shopping every year for that Christmas tradition. He said she was a beautiful soul inside and out, and more than anything, he will miss her giving heart. The Fraternal Order of Police said it's sending prayers to her family and said in a statement in part, the FOP will never forget her dedication and contributions to the police department and her community.